Guys, what do you think? Christmas lights?
Hey,
Fancy.
look at Josh's
We all
Christmas
got new
lights.
lights.
Kevin O'Connell would be proud of you, Josh. Well, Kevin O'Connell was drafted by the Patriots. Maybe he's going to get a little revenge this week. You think it's a little revenge game for him facing Bill Belichick? He was drafted, actually, by the Patriots in the 3rd round back in, I think it was 2008, 2009, something like that. He says he's a nice guy, obviously. He's got tons of respect for Belichick, but you got to think there's a little bit of fire. You still want to beat the guy because he was cut from the team before he ever played.
I mean, I'm skeptical of anyone that says Belichick was a nice guy. I feel like they're just saying it for the camera.
Yeah.
But
You don't become one of the best coaches in history by being just a nice guy. Either way, we need to get a win this week. We're coming off a big lost 40-3. Vikings lead the NFC North still, 8-2 record. The Patriots are 6-4. They're tied for the AFC East, just one game behind Buffalo and Miami. So they're not a bad team. And the AFC East, that's a tough division to be in. Do you guys think that KOC can outcoach Belichick? Do you think his young coaching talents can outschool the old coach in Belichick?
There is no such thing as outcoaching Belichick. He's the master. He is all powerful. You can't outdo the GOAT.
yeah, I mean, Belichick's been doing it forever. And, he's won. He's got 7 Super Bowls now or whatever. And he's
But how many
I don't
without
know.
Tom Brady?
So that's what I was going to say. Like, I don't,
More.
it's showing that, he hasn't had the same success that he had without Tom Brady. They have Mac Jones now. The Patriots don't have many good receivers right now. I mean, Devontae Parker is like their best receiver, and they have Jacoby Myers. And I would say the only big weapon is Ramondre Stevenson. He's a beast, and he's who we're going to have to watch out for. Other than their other big weapon, Belichick. But
Does he get more receptions than he gets more receptions than a lot of the guys on their team, doesn't he? I haven't looked at the actual numbers.
Stevenson?
But Stevenson makes a lot of catches. I know he's helped me win a few fantasy matchups.
Receiving game.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. But
Well,
I think that's going to be a really important
it's-
factor in the game, just because you look back at last week, the Vikings couldn't stop the Cowboys running backs to save their life. So with another tough running back matchup, I think that will be an important key to winning this game for them.
Yep. Yeah, and there was quite the lack of offense on the Vikings side. Obviously, Cousins was only 12 for 23 on targets, just 105 yards, no scores. Man, and he was sacked 7 times. And now we had to face Parsons and a really good Dallas defense, but now we got to face a really good defense on the Patriots side. They got Judon. He leads the league in sacks.
Mathew Judon is a beast. He's probably going to be tough to stop. But
He came from Baltimore, right? Was he with the Ravens prior? I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
But he is having a career year, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we saw flashes of it last year. He started to kind of come onto the scene, and this year he's had a full-on breakout, and he's a fun player to watch. There's no doubt.
Yep. You guys think the throwing game on the Vikings side, because of him, is going to be silent like it was last week? Or are we going to see Jefferson break out a bit more? Running game, what are you thinking?
I think after last week, I think obviously they're going to be in the film room and working out what they're going to do. But they know it's no secret. Like Mathew Judon's an animal, so they're going to, I'm sure they're going to. Part of their game is going to be based around stopping him and stopping the defensive line and their other linebackers. So hopefully we see some more passing this week.
Yeah, and I think you see against the Patriots a lot, Belichick just always seems to do a great job of taking your star player out of the game. So I feel like this week we're going to see a lot more Hawkinson, a lot more Osborne, a lot more Thielen too. I think those 3 are going to have big weeks this week, as Jefferson and Cook may take more of a backseat role. And
Well, I mean, after last week, we talked about in our last podcast, a lot of haters came out. They started saying, I told you so. I told you the Vikings were frauds, blah, blah, blah. We've heard it all. do you guys really believe that this team is a fraud? Do you think last week was a fluke? And where do you see?
Well, I don't think they're a fraud, but I mean, I don't know, obviously, like, I don't know how many Patriots fans are watching, but, like, you know, if you look at last week, too, the Patriots had a really, really tough and not great game against the Jets. And, I mean, they only won at the end with that punt return. But, I mean, they could not score. So, you know, I think we're going to – I think our defense is better than the Jets. I don't think we're going to have any trouble stopping them. So I actually forgot the question you asked.
No, that was the question I was asked, whether they were frauds or not. What do you think, Alex? Are they real? The Vikings real Super Bowl contenders? That's my question for you.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I think they are.
I don't think this one game puts us out of contention. I think we've been proving this all year long. 1 week isn't a determining factor whether we're Super Bowl contenders or not. You know, our ship's still floating. One wave didn't tip it over. I'm not worried.
Well, and obviously the Patriots defense is good. We do have, hopefully, we see Christian Darrisaw. Do you think, I can't imagine that he's going to play because he's got a concussion. I haven't seen the final. They haven't actually said 100%, but we need him. We sure do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, agree. You just sounded so Minnesotan, though. You're like, we sure do.
I am Minnesotan, born and raised, boy.
Well, don't you know?
Oof, it's been a tough game, you know. Other than Stevenson, though, what on the Patriots side? Stevenson and Judon, we talked about them. What else makes you nervous about the Patriots? Is that it? Is it just
Bill Belichick is coaching? They have a crazy playbook as always, you know, and like, you know, they have a good tight end too. Hunter Henry's really good, so.
Yeah, they're.
I think the biggest struggle is going to be just like trying to be awake for the game after, you know, the Thanksgiving dinner. You have like 6 Thanksgiving dinners you're going to, so
I know.
Good luck.
We got lots of them to hit. Too many family dinners. That's Minnesota Thanksgiving right there. Everybody's having one. Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving. No, you can't miss it. Do you think that them playing on it's a primetime game. It's a Thursday night football, really, technically. Is that going to have the Monday night football yips for Kirk Cousins a little bit at all?
Yeah, I think any kind of primetime game is just, I don't know what it is. Maybe he just gets a little nervous, you know, doesn't sleep as well the night before. Who knows? Maybe slept with the chain wrong or something. I don't know. But it makes you a little nervous.
I think the short week is good though. Like after coming off a really bad loss, like I think they want to get another win as quick as possible. So I think just having a Thursday night game, they're gonna be like fired up, ready to go. So
no time to overthink it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously we put a lot of weight on the offense already, but talking the Vikings defense side of things, I mean, that loss was heavily on the defense just as much as the offense at times, but they were gassed. They were out there quite often, but they allowed 7 straight scoring drives, 458 yards, 40 points. 8 of the 10 possessions that the Cowboys had resulted in points, and that is not ideal when you're playing with an 8-2 team. So with them being on a national stage on Thanksgiving, hopefully they can eat it up like we eat up all of our Thanksgiving dinners and go get the quarterback this time, because that was rough. But did you guys feel like that was actually our defense playing that awful, or do you feel like because the offense was so bad, the defense just couldn't keep up? They were on the field so much.
Yeah, I don't think the offense helped the defense at all, but I don't think it's fully the defense's fault either. I think a lot of it comes from being on the field way too long. The time of possession was so far skewed in the Cowboys' favor that you don't have a chance to get a break, and you're just tired every time you go out there, and they just picked us apart. So there is blame to be had, but there's a few excuses. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Well, let's get a little cheesy with it, and it's in the mood of Thanksgiving. Josh, what are you most thankful for this year so far in the Vikings season?
You know, I never thought I would say this, but Kirko, baby. I'm thankful for Kirk Cousins this year. Finally.
I'm
glad to say that I'm thankful for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. I feel like there's been so many seasons in the past couple of years that we have not been able to say that. So to even have that statement in conversation is a great thing.
Yeah, and now you have to come up with someone else.
For me, it's KOC, 100%. I am thankful for KOC. I'm thankful for a new change in leadership in the GM position. I'm just thankful that we're going for it, man. We're not half going for it. That's what I'm thankful for. Now, Alex, you have to come up with another.
Well, thank God there's so many other options. Yeah. And I'm going to go with the revival of Pete's career here.
There you go.
That's been super fun to watch and kind of cementing him and his Hall of Fame status. Is he going to get in? Is he not? No one is kind of up in the air. I feel like after a season like this, that definitely helps his case, but the production he's brought, kind of taking these younger corners and other D-backs under his wing and showing him the ropes, I think it's been super helpful, and he's been a great player to have.
Well, we all addressed what we're thankful for, and we didn't even mention Christian Darrisaw. We didn't even mention Jefferson. We didn't mention Dalvin Cook. So there's a lot to be thankful for, even after a 43 loss. It doesn't matter. We got an 8-2 Vikings. We're headed to the playoffs one way or another. Hopefully we get a few...
We're all thankful for the 8-2 record.
Oh, of course, yeah. And we're thankful for the Packers for losing most weeks. Yeah, that has been nice to see. That's been a little change of pace. We appreciate that. But yeah, is there anything that we didn't talk about that you guys wanted to touch on in this Patriots-Vikings matchup we got coming on Thanksgiving before we wrap it up?
Is the turkey done?
The turkey is not done.
Still got a few more.
Yes. The turkey's not done until I have a Super Bowl ring on Adam Thielen's hand. That's when I'm satisfied. Adam Thielen is who I want to have a Super Bowl ring. Everyone else, he deserves it. He's been here long enough. He's been through enough up and downs. He needs it. He needs it more than Kirk, I think. But anyway, hopefully we get another W this week after last week's loss. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check us out, like, subscribe, follow us on all our social media channels. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Anyway, Skol Vikes.